What's up there, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Derail Valley. So we've stepped out into the rain because it's a sad day in some ways. Well, it's not really sad. We spent a lot of money in the last episode. An absolute bomb. And in this episode, we're looking to spend more money. But in order to do that, we're going to have to make some money first. So please do grab yourself a drink. Let's hit the rails. Right then, guys, so just as an indicator, if you didn't see the last episode, we spent an absolute fortune and we wanted to spend more money in the shop here at Goods Factory in town, but we don't have enough money to buy what we wanted to buy, and I wanted to get it all done in one go without having to come back. So if we go down, for example, here to the office here, and if I was to show you the tool shed currently, you can see how much stuff is in here. And all of this will need sorting out. But wow, we bought a lot of stuff and that's all spawned in there. There's lights everywhere, all sorts of stuff everywhere. It all needs sorting out. So I will take the time to sort that out. In fact, there's a few empty cans there. I hope we haven't been sold those. No, we didn't buy those. They actually were supposed to have despawned from when we put empty cans into the dumpster at the museum, but they didn't. So how you get rid of them, I'm not too sure. I think we're going to have to put them into like a bin at the station office. But for now, guys, we want to find some well-paid jobs and probably do some stuff here in order to pay for what we, to get some money up, basically. So what do we want to do? Well, we want something high paid, and I don't see anything high paid here, to be honest with you. So there's a run to City South there. Well, that's no good. I mean, we want to go back there, but we don't want to go back there without doing some work. Here's one. That's the machine factory town. That's where we've come from, but that's well paid. That's the sort of money we want. Oil Well Central, where's that? Let's have a look. So we've got Oil Well North near us, but Oil Well Central's down here. So unless we want to come down here and then go back up again, yeah, I didn't really intend on doing that, really. What I intended on doing was some jobs here that can help us get some money together. So unless we actually do all of these shunting stuff, right? So let's put that up there. Machine factory in town, we're not going there. We've got shunting. These two are loads, so 2 pickups. That's 1 pickup. That should be quite useful. And then this is a drop-off job which has been brought here. So it's something which has been delivered here which needs offloading. So let's try to avoid offloads if possible, because then we don't need to worry about putting stuff in more than one place. So we just want really, I think, these 3. In fact, that one's pretty well paid, 11.8 thousand. So that's not a bad one, but it's 3 pickups. So let's maybe go for these 3. So 0784. I don't want that. Let's put this back into our inventory. In fact, that should have really spawned in, but we actually picked it up, didn't we? Right, let's have a look then. So we've got 84. 07 and 18. So these are the green cars, and that's going to be loading wood, and that one's going to be more cars. So where are those 3 green cars to start off with? Let's have a quick look. So thankfully there's not too much over this side apart from those tankers, so it should be pretty easy to distinguish exactly where these are. So there's a bunch of cars there. It's probably not going to be those. Might be though. So yeah, it could be those actually. So those green cars are 84. So that's 05. 05. So they're all 05. Right then, guys, so I've had a look for these cars and I think I've found pretty much all of them apart from one that I'm not entirely too sure where it is. So we've got these 3 which are code 84. So they're at that end. They need loading. So they don't look the same as that at the moment because they're just a flat car without anything on it. This is the one that's got me a little bit puzzled, 07. So this is to be prepared and loaded with wood scrap. Now, there's six there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you'll see here, there's 6, 7, 8 there. So, and it's 3 pickups. So what that means is that there's 2 cars somewhere else. So I noticed there's one just behind there. There's one there. And I'm not too sure where the other grey car is. But this is the last one here, 18. And this is these 3. So they're all sort of in a row. But there's one car which is missing there as well. So I'd have to find that one. It's a single empty, and in fact I wonder if it's that one over there. So if I head back over here, you'll see here 18. So that is one of the that is the other car that's missing from that stack. So that means a couple of things. 2, we've got quite a complex job if we want to do this all in one go. If we want to pull all of these cars together and load them all together and then drop them off, because it's going to be, it's a multiple pickup job, but it's 3 single drop-offs, so the drop-offs are not too bad. I just hope it doesn't get too complicated. So, goods factory is here. Now, if I remember rightly, there's only one loading bay, and that's there, B1. C is a passenger station. And D is just a transfer yard, and that's it. So all loading is going to take place here. So what I think we need to do is think about it in terms of getting the cars together correctly in the right order. And the good thing is we can do that with some of them immediately. So this 18 bunch, for example, we can pull that out and do it pretty easily by grabbing this DE2 round the corner, pull this forward, grab this, or grab the others, and then come in here. It's probably easier to do these jobs separately, to be honest with you. So I think I'll have a little bit more of a think about it. Whoops, I always do that with the wipers in the DE2. And I do prefer headlights all round as opposed to tail lights. But because it's day, we'll turn those down a little bit. And I'm always forgetting the parking brake. And the DE2 doesn't like to be thrashed like the DH4 does. Alright, here she comes. Next step, we'll reverse into that bay and grab that other car, which is part of this set. Take them to the loading section and start loading those, and then we'll drop those off. We might as well just do it separately. It just saves, you know, a lot of carry on, a lot of potential a lot of issues we're going to save by doing it separately. Alright, let's just have a quick look here then. So we are going to be peeling off there, and that's correct. Right, so we are going to get ourselves back into the loading bay. We'll get these loaded up, get them dropped off, and then we'll move on to our next one. Basically do all 3 jobs, and then we'll see what money we've made. There's a car. And in my distraction, I've hit the throttle instead of the brake. Wow. So there's the other car. So glad we found that one. You know, before we actually before we validate the job, because yeah, if I couldn't find that car, I was gonna have to validate and then come and get it. But it just shows you now the way the game's challenging us makes us feel like, you know. It's almost like it's trying to trick us out now. Trying to catch us out. Well, we can hear those things spawning in to the tool shed. Right, so it's this one. And it's only one drop off in D3O. So that should be fine. Where's the loading switch here? There it is. And there she is, fully loaded. Now the question is, for our next job, do we want to do that one or that one? I think let's go with the easier one first. So in doing that, we're going to head straight down here to go into D3O. So we're going round here. We're going to go straight forward into D. D3O. So yeah, let's get a move on. To see what the time bonus is on this one. 24 minutes, so we've got ages. We're already loaded, so... the only problem is there's stuff in our lane. So we're going straight down. We'll reverse in because we want to be in at the other end. We don't want to trap this DE2. Right, so they're in. They're parking braked. Oh my days, they're flying. Right, okay, let's go and get paid. They will stop. They're only going slow anyway. Right, let's get paid for this one. Every time I go near that tool shed, you can hear everything spawn in. Okay. 5.8. Not too bad. Pocket money for us. Right, next one. We're going to do this one. It's a small payer, but once you get the time bonus, it's actually, you know, not too bad. I think we'll do them together. Because the best thing about Goods Factory in town is that you've got a turnaround point where you can easily swing around the bottom end, or you can go through the centre diagonally. And that allows you the opportunity to turn around any train pretty easily, so we can easily organise the cars here for a double drop without any issues. So I'm just having a look at something here. So yeah. Wow, she's going crazy fast. Don't hit me up in the comments section on you know, no, if there's a better way of doing this, let me know. I don't mind, but what I mean is don't hate on me. There's probably better ways of doing this, but I'm thinking on my feet, and I'm not sort of trying to cheat you guys out of seeing this in the raw form, if that makes sense. So we're doing this without practice. There's no rehearsal. So we're going to go all the way around. and back onto that other one. Grab that. Come back through here and then reverse up to there. So all the cars are in the right order. Hope you guys are enjoying it anyway. Hit me up in the comment section. Love to hear from you guys. Yeah, guys, we're so far close. We're heading towards 100 episodes of this game. I think this might be episode 89, if I remember rightly. It's a wild achievement for this channel. Why am I doing that instead of train brake? I'm forgetting we've got a car on the back. Right, let's just quickly check, obviously. 07. Yeah. 07. Spot on. So that's exactly what we want. Wow. Is that stars in the sky when it's still daylight? That's weird. What is going on there? What do they represent? What they're supposed to represent? Is it supposed to be like reflections or something? Wow, that is scary, isn't it? It's like weird. So they've stopped moving when we've stopped, which tells me that they're supposed to be reflections or something. Like reflective light, or... They're not stars. Alright, so we're almost there now. Whoops. Just need to push back a little further to get those other ones coupled up as well. So there we go. Right. Next stop, the loading bay. So literally all the way back round to the other side. The other way we've done it, instead of going around there to get those first, would have been to come here, grab these, and then to have loaded those onto the other end of the train. But yeah, this is the simplest way, I think, that we've done it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 3 cars. So yeah, we've got 8 and then 3. So the DE2 once again proving that she's super valuable and super useful in these situations. I don't think she's quite in there. And in fact, I don't know whether this loading bay is long enough for all of these cars. Let's see if that'll do it. Kind of lost where the station is there. Here he is. Right. Let's see if it'll allow us to load both of them. Yeah. So, these 3 are going into D7O. So, the 3 at the back, D7O. Ah, beautiful. They're all going into D7O. Fantastic. Put a bit of sand down. Help her out. Right, D7O, once we're coming in from this end, is this one over here. All of the switches should be set correctly. And would you believe it? There's cars in here. So 7 outbound, D7 outbound is got cars in it, so that's going to be fun. There she is. We'll connect these up just to save on parking brakes being applied. She's not going to like the weight though. Right, is she in? Not quite. Right, that should be it, surely. Let's go and get paid. There we go. 5.6 for that. And then the more expensive order, 17.8. So that's certainly given us a bit of money to play with, 39,000. So, if we head back to the shop, actually, before we do that, you know what I should have done? Shut her down. Parking brake on. Yeah, shop time, and then we'll call it a day. But we've got 39,000 now, so do we want 4 of those? So that's 24,000 for the lights. The inclinometer, we can probably... Sorry, not the thermometer. The inclinometer we wanted, didn't we? So, probably get digital clocks, and the other thing was the speedometers. I don't know whether we're going to have enough for all that. How much is all that? 41,000. We don't have enough. Wow. Right, let's try again. So for the DH4, we don't need... I don't think we need 4 lights. Do we? Okay, so originally I was going off the thought process of having 4 white lights and 4 blue because I wasn't too sure which order I wanted to put them in. But I think it's probably best to keep it within... well, we're going to have to keep it within the budget, but what I mean is to actually think about it logically now. So let's get 2 white lights, 1 for the front, 1 for the back. And then, as I say, I don't know how many under floor lights you can fit on a DH4, whether it's 4... I mean at the sides, whether it's 4 or 2. So let's just go with 4 of those. So this should be within budget. We will get the 2 digital speedometers, and where the digital clocks, 2 of those. So that should be well within limit. We won't get the inclinometer or clinometer. I keep calling it the wrong thing. So that's 35,000. And that's all there now, guys. So we've done everything that we need to do. We've got 4.2 thousand left, so we might need to do another job. But that's going to be in the next episode. And also... oh, wow. Look at the state of this. So, I am also going to tidy this up. Sort it all out. And to put it into some sort of order. Because, wow, look at the state of this. This is crazy. This is crazy. So much stuff. I hope... You know, sometimes when things spawn in as well, they end up in the rafters. In fact, do you know that you can put things up in the rafters? I've seen it happen. Although it won't let us do it now, typically. But anyway, all this needs sorted out. Big time. Because there's stuff everywhere. There'll be mounts everywhere. Those little mounts get everywhere. And as you can see, there's switches falling everywhere. We've even got a couple of things still in our own inventory as well. Last thing that we'll do, I'm going to say, We don't have enough. Oh, we do. We've just got enough to cover our fees there if we wanted to pay for these. But the DE2 there, we'll actually manually service. So we've got a manual servicing spot. I think it's this. Yeah, there it is, that shed. So we can service her there, or we can take her with us. Just see if there's any like high value jobs here. So we do want to head back to harbour. So it might be worth us though taking like jobs with us. There's a couple more shunting jobs here that could give us a bit of money. That one is very easy money. One drop off for the city buses. We've seen where they are. That one is very easy. This is 2 drop offs. Wow, those city buses as well are super light. But these ones, like City South here, Harbour, and there's a steel mill here as well. This is probably a little bit risky weight for the DE2 on its own. But considering that steel is the first drop off there. So the positioning of those jobs though, the steel job's on the other side in D yard. So we'd have to pull it round, take it down. And then the question is, City South next and Harbour. If we were to do that, 31 minutes for that one. 38 minutes for that. But I'd want to do City South first, the drop off there first, to go back to Harbour to get our other locos. Probably. Because I think what it's assuming when it's saying 38 there, it's assuming that you're going to go straight down. As where we'd be going through steel mill. And I'd want to hit that time bonus, is where the Harbour one isn't as valuable, is it? You know what I mean? It's only like 4,000. So yeah, that's definitely an option for next time, guys. But I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please do hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, then please do subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for up-and-coming videos. And yeah, guys, hit me up in the comment section. Otherwise, please do take care of yourself. And I'll catch you guys again soon.